Hey everybody, welcome to that vinyl channel on that vinyl guy boss. I see we have Chris and we have Adrian in the room. Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? So this is going to be an interesting show tonight that I have for you. First of all, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and start off by just showing a few albums that I just got in the mail. And so this just got this one. This is Don Felder, the Vault. It just came out recently. And if you're not familiar with Don Felder, he played with the Eagles some time ago, and he put out a bunch of solo albums after that. So this is the Vault, 50 years of music. So this is music that he's put out over the years. It also has a signed insert. He signed this insert at the bottom here, which is really, really cool. So that is the first. I see the back of this, but that is the first album that I recently got in the mail that I wanted to go ahead and show you. The next one here, are you all familiar with Tracy Lords? So Tracy Lords in 1995 put out an album. It was dance. It's hard to had it written down. It's more like dance, pop music, dance stuff, electro, stuff like that. And so she put out this record album in 1995 called 1000 Fires. I guess what's happening is that they're running out of records to reissue. I guess they're running out of records to reissue because they just reissued this record. So this is the record here. Again, this is that was so much light. Anyways, this is Tracy Lords and 1000 Fires. Now this is the Vertigo, the Vertigo vinyl exclusive, which is a store. Vertigo vinyl is an online store. I know there's a red marble version out there that a lot of people are selling, but they had a pink and white marble version, and limited to 500 copies. So I picked up that one. So that's what this one here, and this is what the back of this looks like. So excuse the light there. So, yeah. So there's Tracy Lords from 1995, a recent reissue. You have that one. And last but not least, so this is Led Zeppelin reissue of a bootleg. Now, this was a bootleg that came out in 1970, and a very hard bootleg to find today. The original bootleg was, but they copied this and reprinted out just so many times over the years, and so many different versions of this bootleg. And they just now this year put it out again. So this is that bootleg put out from 1970. Again, Led Zeppelin is called Mudslide. So if you want to take a look at the track listing, I'll bring it up to the screen for you. You can take a look at all the tracks on it. Unfortunately, it didn't have Stairway to Heaven, which is kind of disappointing, which is my favorite song of theirs. In 1970, I think they would have already released that song, but for some reason it wasn't on this bootleg. But that's okay. There are still a lot of great songs on here that I like. Oops. Led doesn't have bad songs. I agree with you on that. I love Led Zeppelin, and I have several bootlegs of them, and I have pretty much. I think I have all of their studio albums. So yeah, I really like Led Zeppelin. Big fan of theirs. So let me explain to you all a little bit what I'm going to be showing you tonight. I figure I need to do this because maybe my thumbnail wasn't all that clear. So in my collection, I have an area. It's called Various. And in this area are albums that have several artists on the one album. Okay, because my albums are all categorized by artist. I have ABBA here, Asia there, Beatles here, Chicago here, Styx over here. So it has one. So I know where to find those groups. But there's some albums like K-Tel and Ronco, and now that's what I call series that has just every song is a different artist. So I can't put them under just one artist. I had to figure out what to do with these albums, and I love, and they're really called compilation albums mostly, and or they have a common theme, but I decided to go ahead and make this area in my collection called Various that I put all these albums and have about 100 and 125 albums, not including my K-Tel, not including the now that what I call series, because those are separate. Excuse me. I keep those separate, but everything else I have in this area. So I figured I would pull some of these out and show them to you. So here's the first one here, which is kind of interesting. So this here was put out by the $100,000 bar people, so Nestle, and this has a bunch of 1970s, mid 70s, around 74, 75, 76 time frame, 12. I don't want to lose my record here, which I'm about to do. Let me see if I can. Okay. So this is the back of it. If you want to see the songs, get out the light. So yeah, featuring 12 popular hits from today's top performers: "Hot Child in the City" by Nick Gilder, "Let Me Love You Tonight" Pure Prairie League, "When Will I Be Loved" the Ronstadt, a little bit more Dr. Hook, Randy Newman, Robbie Dupree, stuff like that. So that's I love that. I love that era of music, the mid 1970s. So it's definitely something that I wanted to pick up. So that's that one. Let me put this record back in here before I lose it. And the next one is Ronco. Now Ronco is very similar to the K-Tel. Ronco put out compilation albums. Again, if you're familiar with K-Tel, Ronco, it's almost the same. So this has what is this? So this is Smoking in the Boys Room, Brownsville Station, Spiders and Snakes, Jeff Stafford. So this is going to be as well as the early to mid 70s. The name of this is called Get It On, and it even has some artwork on the front of it for what you expect from the early to mid 70s. But this is the back. This is the back of it. So I do like Ronco. I have maybe 10 Ronco albums, but I think I pulled out 2 or 3 for this. So not sure what's going on with my throat tonight. Sorry, guys. But okay, so this is another interesting one. So this is a Peter Pan record. Now, Peter Pan puts out mainly children's records, but they do put out stuff for young adults as well. And this would have been put out again in the 70s, mid-late 70s. But this here is called Irwin the Disco Duck in the Navy. So this has it's not original stars. It's going to be a house band, whatever they call their band, but it's definitely this has in the Navy, Macho Man, YMCA, Music Box Dancer, Last Dance, many disco songs, covers of disco songs. But I do like stuff like this. It's fun to listen to. It's fun to play. So have that one there, and you wanted to take a look at the label of that. There you go. What we have here is The Force. May the Force be with you, right? So this is Warner Brothers put this out. So this is going to be, I think this is going to be songs that, don't know. I do know it's a compilation album. I'm not really sure. And it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers themselves put it out. It's got their logo on it. But I think this is going to be new material that they were looking to put out. And so what they'll do is they'll put it out on stuff like this. So to help introduce a newer bands to us. But it's a double LP set. So it has two LPs. If I can separate them. If not, then I can't. But yeah, it has two LPs. So let me see if I can get a couple of songs off of here. It's real small print. Oh, it has Jethro Tull, Leo Sayer, Fleetwood Mac. So yeah, stuff like that. So anyways, The Force. Let's see, Impulse. This is going to be mainly blues songs, and this was put out in 1972. So this is going to be the Impulse label, which was owned by ABC at the time. They just put together some blues songs by different artists: John Coltrane, Alice Coltrane, John Clemmer, Archie Stepp, stuff like that, and just put it all on one record. So it's on the Impulse label. So pretty cool. Y'all probably seen these in dollar bins, right? Who hasn't seen these in dollar bins? These like all over the place, and most of them are in really bad shape. I mean, I picked up a couple of them. I'm a sucker for Christmas music. I really am. But I usually pick them up and I bring them home. I usually get them maybe $1. Sometimes at a Salvation Army, I get them for a quarter or 50 cents. I bring them home, and the records are trashed. So I just throw them away. This one here was actually I got this one out of a dollar bin somewhere, and it was actually in super good shape comparatively. So really surprising. But these are just put out by Firestone Music, and but put out by Firestone, and this is what would have been put out in the late 60s, early 70s. So we have those kind of artists, but it's mainly just Christmas music. So I don't know if I can read some of them here. We have Christmas is Coming. Does it say the artist on them? You would think it would tell me the artist, but it doesn't. Anyways, but that kind of stuff. So we have Record Hound. Warner Brothers Lost Leaders were those mail-in compilations in the 70s. Cool. Awesome. Lost Leaders, yeah. So I get you. So basically, they were giving away the records for free, trying to promote the bands, as what you're saying. The 70s ones were done by Barry Hansen. Very cool. Yeah, I love Dr. Demento. So this is a brand new one. I just picked this up. It came out in 2025. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this on the screen. I'll see if I can. At least you can read that. But basically, this is at this stage. Okay, but it's just me. So why isn't that full screen? Here? There I am. Sorry, guys. So yeah, this is a recent reissue. Some bands got together and redid some Count Basie material. Count Basie is a pianist, jazz. He's also done some blues. He's real big. And these are like Lettuce, Larkin Poe, something called the Count Basie Orchestra. All these groups have gotten together and have redone a bunch of Count Basie songs. So it was put out on this blue vinyl. It's pretty cool. I do like Count Basie. I do have 3 or 4 of his albums, and when I saw this one, I was like, great, I'll pick it up. So we have that. So this one here is interesting. So this one here is called TV Tunes. TV tunes, right? So this came out around 1993 or 94. Probably can't read the date, maybe 95-ish. But what they did is that they went through 50 years. Is it 50 years? I thought I saw maybe 50 years. Oversight of the Economy, 50 original jingles. But they've gone through like a long time, maybe even 50 years. But they went through something, and they came up with all these TV commercials that used to be on TV back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And they came out with an album that has all these commercials on them. So you're talking about cigarette commercials, toothpaste commercials, you name it, it's on here. So, but it's pretty cool to listen to, actually. And I'm a sucker for this kind of thing, for novelty stuff. So anyways, have that. This is a compilation that the RCA Camden put out. This would have been in the 60s, I believe. And this is just great jazz brass. So a bunch of jazz musicians and songs that they've done. This includes Louis Armstrong, Buck Clayton, Ziggy Elman, Tommy Ladner, King Oliver. So put out on the Camden label. So that we're gonna be having with TV tunes. Yeah, it's cool stuff. I like that kind of stuff. So my jazz collection was a little bit on the light side, so I've been trying to get a little bit more jazz in my collection to more round out my palette. So so this is something that I picked up. I actually did like it. It's pretty good. So have that. What else we have here? I have a bunch of these kind of things. I love these things. So I'm a huge science fiction nut. Okay, I love science fiction. I'm there. I'm going to watch it. And they have so many albums they put out, especially in the 70s and the early 80s, because Miko really, this guy named Miko, he really popularized this style where they redid classic science fiction songs. And so this one here is from 1984. But this has music from Godzilla, Theater of Blood, Return of Dracula, Omega Man, Time Machine, Green Slime, The First Men on the Moon, stuff like that. Fun to see the back of it. That's what that looks like. But I already. Oh yeah, look at the look at the bug, right? So, but yeah, I already love this kind of stuff. So I have a lot of it, actually. So, but anyways, that's that. And we have this here is a Japanese album, Motown Solo Stars. So that's what the cover looks like. It's pretty cool looking. But this is and it's on the Motown label. But again, it's Japanese. It has the OB on the side here. But this has Marvin Gaye, Jimmy Ruffin, Jermaine Jackson, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, Edwin Starr, all those Motown stars. Looks like from the 70s and 80s. So, but it's a pretty cool compilation. So I have that. Do y'all like K-Tel compilations and stuff like that, or am I by myself? Because I really do enjoy that kind of stuff. So this here is interesting. This here is called Haunted House of Horror. I know it's kind of a little bit early for Halloween, but a bunch of I don't know who, some bands got together and redid some themes to classic horror movies, like original sound. Well, it says original soundtrack recordings. So maybe these are original soundtrack recordings. Yeah. But anyways, it has from Psycho and Carnival of Souls and Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Innocents and all that kind of good stuff. It was put out on this orange vinyl. So, but it's called The Creepiest Movie Music Ever. That's the name of this. The creepiest movie music ever. So if that's your thing, it's a great album. And I like to play it around Halloween. what else we have here? This is Classic Rock Volume 1. This is put out by MCA. So MCA took all their classic rock artists, decided to do a compilation album themselves and put it out. Not too uncommon. This one has Rosalind Collins, Elton John, Golden Earring, Bo Diddley, Steppenwolf, Joe Walsh, Dobie Gray, Dave Mason, Leonard Skinner, all those great bands on this one record. So as you can see, it's on the MCA label. So pretty cool. So it's not just K-Tel that does stuff like this. So, but cool stuff. So I'm really big into novelty records. I mean, I love novelty records. I have over 1,000 novelty 45s, and those are fun to listen to as well. And I pepper my main channel with those novelty 45 songs, and I have a playlist of those novelty 45 songs if you're interested in checking that out. But this is an LP. This is put out by the Rhino Brothers. Originally came with the barf bag, but my copy that I picked up, it didn't come with the barf bag. But it's called The World's Worst Records. You can see it has all these records in the trash bags. But this has things that you would hear on the Dr. Demento show. I Want to Be Your Dog, Boogie Woogie Amputee, Kinko the Clown, Ugly, Surfing Tragedy, stuff like that. So really great novelty songs. I love this kind of stuff. So there you go. Hey Scully Pop, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Yes, it came with a barf bag, and I think I've seen that one for sale before on eBay with a barf bag, but only a few times. Mostly it doesn't come with a barf bag. But I got this one around 1990 in a used record store, and it didn't come with a barf bag. I was not even aware that it came with it until later. But yeah, so great compilation album if you love novelty records. This one here is one I picked up out of a dollar bin, but it was in really great shape. Christmas disco party. So this is going to be again the house band, some house band doing Christmas songs in disco style. Santa Claus is discoing to town, Jingle Bell Disco Rock. All I Want for Christmas is a disco beat. I mean, stuff like that. But you know, but stuff like that is really fun to listen to. It really is. I enjoy it anyways. So it's different. You know, I like stuff that's different. So there you go. You got that one. This is a Walmart exclusive on Smart Mobile Vinyl. It's called Classic Rock. All original recordings put out on gray marble vinyl. But this has I'll bring it up here so you can see it. But this has All Right Now by Free, Hold On Loosely, 38 Special, Some Kind of Wonderful, Grand Funk Railroad, The Stroke, Billy Squier, Bad to the Bone, George Thorogood, Sweet Home Alabama, Leonard Skinner, stuff like that. Really great classic rock, just stuff that you hear on classic rock radio quite often, actually. But you know, I had a chance to pick it up, so I did. So got some wave, got some hand waving going on here. Looks good to me. So remember earlier I was showing you the commercials for TV. Now we're looking at some TV show themes. These are from the I think 60s and 70s. We have Star Trek, Green Acres, I Love Lucy, Leave It to Beaver, Hogan's Heroes. So this is also another Rhino album. I think this is going to be the original themes, original artists, original stars. So these would be the actual themes that you heard on TV. But it's really cool. Where the hell did you get these albums from? I have been collecting albums. Well, I started out in high school and I had a collection of about 200 albums or so, and some 8-tracks and some cassettes. And then I went into the military, and I had an apartment by then. I was living by myself, and I gave up my apartment. I didn't want to put those records in storage, so I pretty much sold all those records except for about 10 of them. Some of them are really important to me, so I gave those to my mom to hold for me. But I think it was right for my mom to hold my entire collection, so I sold them. When I got out of the military in 1990, I started collecting again. So most of these are records that I started to collect in 1990. So that's all you see around me from 1990 until now. I think that's about 50 years, right? So where I get them from, I get these from eBay, I get from Discogs, used record stores has them. Dollar Bins has a lot of stuff like this. You know, very, very common to find on Dollar Bin. You know, because no one wants it. I want it. I want to hear it. So, Dollar Bins, even Salvation Army and stuff like that. So, you know, I just dig. You know, so that's it. So it says TV Tunes put out. Oh, the other one I was showing you put out a 2LP theme. Yeah, I don't have that one. I just have the one. So, hey Richard, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you. There you go. So let's move on to the next one here. We have another Rhino. This is Circus Royale, very similar to the World's Worst Records. This is just novelty stuff, just funny stuff. My brother actually won a car singing one of these songs in a nightclub where he dressed up like a girl singing the song. I hope I can save this on YouTube, but the song was called "Me and My Vibrator," and I believe it was on this album. I believe, maybe. I thought it was. Anyways, maybe not. But anyways, yeah, he won a contest performing the song "Me and My Vibrator." And he dressed up as a woman and got on stage and was just doing the skit with the song, with this novelty song, and he won the car, brand new car. That was back in 1988. He won a Toyota. I think it was a Celica. Anyways, but again, this is novelty songs, Kazoo Brothers, Gefilte Joe and the Fish, Burns and Barnes. Just awesome, great novelty songs. So I just love novelty songs. And the worst thing is that my wife doesn't like novelty songs. So when I play these, a lot of times she goes in a room and she put the pillow over her head. Now, not that bad, but she'll stand up for a little while. After a while, she'll just go into her room and close the door. She can't take it anymore. So. My local thrift store only has trash records, if any. Yeah, so I mean, sometimes that's the case. So you know, but I go back and every so often, you know, you come across something that's good, and you just, you know, for a quarter or 50 cents, it's worth trying. So, but yeah, a lot of times they are trash. I agree with that. So. Yeah, those Rhino comps are hard to find, especially today. So, but if you go to eBay, they're out there as well as Discogs, but you're going to pay, you know, they go between $10 to $15 a piece for them. So, like I said, I've been collecting since 1990. So, you know, in the 1990s, records were cheap. They were, you know, I bought records in the 1990s. They were $20 today. That go for 200. So it was just a very good time to buy records in the late 80s and the 90s, especially the early to mid 90s. You really get some really great deal on vinyl. Anyways, this is another one I picked up recently. This is called the Haunted Underground Classics Halloween Nuggets. So this is just it's a Halloween record. Somebody got together some garage bands that put out obscure. Most of these were obscure 45s that they collected and ended up putting it on this album. So I really like this kind of stuff. I don't think it's anything that y'all would recognize, but let's see if I can bring up the label here. So yeah, it's just cool. Most of it is rock music. Maybe rockabilly music, but it's all done. It's all Halloween stuff, so it's just fun to listen to and collect. So I have that. This is Fairway Records, another company that put out compilations. This is Roots of Rock and Roll. This is going back to the 1950s and 1960s. The Midnighters, Jesse Belvin, Little Richard. Chuck Berry, the Flamingos, maybe 60s, but it's just a fun record to have. I do like this music. So there you go. Got that one. Really love this kind of stuff, and nowadays it's really getting harder and harder to find these. But this is called Shutdown, and this is drag racing beach music. And I usually have pictures of drag racing on it. It's music that makes you think you're going fast or stuff like that. And so this has a 409 Thunder Road, Little Street Machine, Wide Track, Cheater Slicks, 4 on the Floor, Car Trouble, a Hot Rod Race, stuff like that. But it's really fun to find these kind of records. I really like them a lot. And so as again, it's called Shutdown, and it's just all these bands. It has does it have the actual artists on here? I think 409 is Beach Boys, but the rest of them I'm not too sure about. Here, Beach Boys, Robert Mitchum, The Cheers, and Superstocks, and etc. So I'll bring it up here if you want to get a closer look at this. There you go. But really cool to collect. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I agree. They're a lot of fun on highway trips, but not so fun playing them in a car when you're driving. Really not. So this one here is Don presents Rock Power. This is stuff from the mid 70s. This is the compilation album. This is another Ronco. So remember I tell you I had some Ronco albums. So this has David Essex, Barry White, BTO, Dr. John, Faces, Black Sabbath. So I'll bring it up to the screen here if you want to check out all the bands on here. That's really cool. Hey Ace Florida One. Is that it? Ace Fla One. Hey there, everybody. How you doing tonight, Ace? Hope it's okay if I can call you Ace. So this is another one of those records I just showed you, those Hot Rod records, but this is a Halloween-themed Hot Rod record. This is actually a rather obscure one. It was really hard to find, and a company recently did a reissue of it. So came out originally in 1964 on the VJ Records. So put out on green vinyl. So, but really fun record to listen to, especially over Halloween time. It's Monster Surfing time. Monster Surfing time, yeah. So good stuff. I love Halloween records. All right, Ace, awesome. Will do. It's good to see you. Tarbird, how you doing tonight? So we have Let Them Eat Rock, which is by RCA. So this is an RCA compilation album. So RCA did it with their bands that they have on their roster. It says Judas Priest, Scorpions, Grim Reaper, Autograph, that kind of thing. There's details inside to get a free shirt if you want it. But since this came out probably in the late 80s, I would assume. I just see the back of it. So it also has White Wolf, Nick Gilder, Gary O, Shy. If you want to take a look at the track listing here, that's everything that's on it. So pretty cool. Let Them Eat Rock, right? So I really like records that have these little. I bring it up to the screen so you can see it. These little gift. It says give the gift of music. I remember being in high school and junior high school, going to Music Land and Camelot and Peaches. And you would see these, especially around the holidays, around Christmas time. You would see these on the records. Give the gift of music. So, but it's always great to go ahead and see them on records these days, because it's something that you don't see anymore. So especially people tore off the cellophane and threw it away. So there goes the hype sticker, right? Chris, I want to go to Atlanta and Chicago to crate dig. Yeah, me too. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I went to a couple years ago. I went to Savannah, and they had a couple of really good record stores that I stopped in and looked around, and that was a lot of fun. So, but I've never. I went to boot camp in Chicago with Great Lakes, but I haven't been there for record shopping though. So this is a very interesting one. So this was put out by let me get rid of this in the back. This is put out by Realistic. If you're not familiar with Realistic, most time you found Realistic stuff from Radio Shacks. So this is like a Radio Shack record, kind of like. But this is called A Sound Odyssey Direct to Disc. So direct to disc. I was talking to somebody before about what a direct to disc is and what it actually means, because a lot of people don't realize what this means. And I'll show you the bottom here. See, it says direct to disc. So basically, what it was as the artist was performing the song, they were cutting the lacquer that eventually would go on to press the record. So usually what they would do is the artist would record the song onto a tape, and then they would take the tape and then put and play that back, and then they use that to put on a lacquer. Well, direct to disc means that the artists were performing the song directly onto a lacquer disc, and there was no tape. Now, they may have recorded it on tape as well while they were doing it, but they didn't take it from tape. They recorded it directly, and I don't think it was recorded to tape, but directly onto a lacquer on a lacquer, and then it was pressed on record. So that's what the gimmick was, a direct to disc. If you're not familiar with it, but anyways, this has sci-fi songs and done by a different band. This has Star Wars, Shaft, Lady Sings the Blues. These are all soundtracks. Themes, so pretty cool. And here they talk about I'm gonna put this down here. Here they talk about the how they do the direct to disc. So how that works. I'll put it up here for 3 or 4 seconds if y'all want to go back and read that. But it's very cool. I have about 4 or 5 direct to disc records in my collection. It was more of a shtick. There really is no benefit, I don't think, to the consumer as sound quality goes. They can just boast, hey, we did this direct to disc. But anyways, cool record, and a bunch of different sci-fi themes on that one. We have East Coast Sounds. This is jazz, a bunch of jazz artists from the East Coast. So probably would be Atlanta, other cities. So just as East Coast, I don't know what cities, but Atlanta is definitely part of it. So, but it was pressed on the Jazz Tone label. So again, remember I was telling you I was trying to get more and more jazz in my collection. So this is another attempt here. It's actually pretty good stuff though. But this came out, I think, in maybe the late '60s or early '70s. And it had a bunch of different bands, Billy Byers, Joe Newman, and the Sextets, the Eddie Burt something. So anyways, just a jazz compilation album. Okay, here, Chris, we have, I know next year I'm going to Canada trip. Can't wait. May go to US when I'm traveling as well. And now we have, I'll look at my collection. I think, yeah, I've got it. I got a cool collection, and then look at yours, and I think, oh, damn. It's just fun. It's just fun, everyone's collection is their collection. It's what they like. So, it's just, and you also, Chris, you're also young, man. You're young. Now is your age. My collection is probably the same as yours. I'm 60. I know you're not 60, Chris. I know you're not 60. If you're 60, I don't know what they're feeding you over there. I want to know because you look like you're 20. And if you're 60, I want to know. But I think you're 20 or around that age. You're still young. You got time. So anyways, have another Halloween record, more garage bands and stuff like that. This was put out by, it's called Hoodoo, That Voodoo, That You Do. Yes. We got some surfing skeletons and rock and roll Halloween party. So I love Halloween records. I love Halloween, all around. So I have a lot of Halloween records. More great movie moments. The Columbia Music Theater recorded dynamic dimension sound. So this is a RCA, probably special, not RCA, I'm sorry, Columbia put this out. So this is the theme from Lawrence of Arabia, Laura's theme, Dr. Zhivago, Tara's theme, Bridge on the River Kwai, High Noon, Exodus, stuff like that. So I'm big into soundtracks and big into movie themes. So kind of cool. Let me give it that so you guys can see it. There you go. So getting down to the last few here. Let's see. This here is soundtrack smashes. This is more soundtracks, theme songs, Beverly Hills Cop, Ghostbusters 2, Ghost Dad, The Supernatural, stuff like that. It says Oingo Boingo, Gladys Knight, Michael McDonald, New Edition. So who performed these themes. So it says the 80s. So these are all from the 80s. We're going to size at the 80s. So, and this was an RCA label. And I'll bring up the hype sticker if you want to read it. That's what I was reading it from. So cool stuff though. I'm a huge soundtrack person. I love soundtracks. Who wanted some groovy greats? I think this is a 3 LP set. Is that right, or is this 2? Or are they just heavy records? No, I guess it's 2 records. But you know what? For this one, since it says groovy on it, I'm going to show you it's a gatefold. I'm going to show you the inside of the gatefold. Hopefully you won't be disappointed. But it's groovy greats. That would have been from the late 60s and the 70s. Here's the back of it. And this is what the inside of it looks like. This has music from the 5 Satins, the Silhouettes, the Clovers, Vic Donna, Dave Baby Cortez, Jane and Dean, stuff like that. So pretty cool compilation though. So getting down to the last few here, we have, I remember I found this recently. Wow. So I just had this as a kid. And I don't know what happened to it. You know how kids are with stuff, right? I mean, who has toys that they still have today when they're kids? No one does, because kids destroy things, right? And when I was a kid, I destroyed most of the records I had. So I had this as a kid, Wacky Winners, and this was like Peter Pan. It says on here, original arrangements by the Puff and Toot Singers. So it's not original stars. It was redone by this Puff and Toot Singers group. But they did a lot of novelty songs from this. Oh yeah, it is Peter Pan, right? They're the Peter Pan logo. So this would have been from the mid 70s. Snoopy versus the Red Baron, Alley Oop, Mule Skinner Blues, Beep Beep, See You Later Alligator, Sink the Bismarck, Running Bear, stuff like that. But yeah, double LP set. I remember this label even. This label is kind of cool looking. It's got a monster on it. Wacky Winners. So, but I remember I played the heck out of this record when I was a kid. So I really like this, but I do like this kind of thing. So we have the Rough Guide to East Coast Blues, Reborn and Remastered, limited edition. So this is just some blues artists from the East Coast, a compilation of these artists. I don't know if Blind Willie, Barbecue Bob, Blind Boy Fuller, so stuff like that. I'm a big fan of blues music, so I wanted to pick this up. But it's a recent compilation. Probably came out about 2 or 3 years ago. So, but really cool. Bruce. Oh, you saw Bruce. Was Bruce running in the background? Bruce, come over here. I got the fans. I want to see you. You want to come over here? No? And you're going to bring over Bruce and say hi? Yeah, buddy. Over here.
Sorry, guys. Hello.
That's my wife here, and this is Bruce. Want to say hi to the people home, Bruce? Bruce. I love Bruce. Bruce is amazing. Whoa, what's up? What's up? Was that a sneeze? I didn't hurt you, did I? What was that? Did your foot get caught on my shirt or something? I don't know. You all right, buddy? All right. Not sure what happened there, but you okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but anyways, Bruce wanted to come up and say hi, and so there you go. All right, buddy. Ready to get down? Over here and down. I think his foot got caught on my shirt. Anyways, we have Rock Ballads Collected. Make sure I'm looking at the right camera. Rock Ballads Collected. So this is a recent issue by Music on Vinyl. So this here has, I don't know if you can see all these bands. We have Def Leppard, Queensryche, Kiss, Vandenberg, Bryan Adams, Marillion, Alice Cooper, Poison, Rush, Bon Jovi, Extreme, Harvey Speedwagon, stuff like that. So very similar to the Now That's What I Call series. So Adrian said hi. Woof. Hey, Bruce. Yes. Yeah. Bruce is amazing. I love Bruce. Sometimes I'll be over here in my chair listening to records, and he'll come and be down next to me and be asking. So I'll bring him up, and we both lay in the chair together and listen to records together. So we're getting down to the last two here. We have hit singles 1958 to 1977. This is Atlantic Records 40th anniversary. So this is Atlantic Records 40th anniversary record. So hit singles from, again, 1958 to 1977, Average White Band, Blues Image, Bryanville Station, Buffalo Springfield, Bobby Darin, stuff like that. Bring up the artists so you can check them out. But on the Atlantic record, on the Atlantic label. And last but not least, we have Rock Collection, CBS. This is a compilation by CBS, and this has I'm not sure what decade this is. I want to assume this is going to be. Is there a year on this? Based by the song, this is going to be late 60s, early 70s. Redbone, Argent, Poco, Chase, Johnny Winter, The Association, The Raiders. So stuff like that. But cool stuff. So that's what I have for you all tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do is, if I can bring this out here like this, if anybody wants to come up and talk for a few minutes before I, and how do I do this? Presenter, invite guests. Here is my copy here. I'll put this out. If anybody wants to come up and say hi for a few minutes, you're definitely welcome. So yeah, I just love compilation albums and how just a ton of them. I figured I would share some of them with y'all. So I would. Here comes Chris.
It wouldn't be a Thursday without me, mate.
That's right. I agree. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm not jealous of your collection at all.
I see that. It's nobody though. You're young. You know, you just think you have all those years ahead of you to go ahead and collect all that stuff.
I just think, oh, I've got a really good collection, and then I watch your live stream, and I'm like, oh shit.
I just collect what I like, what I enjoy, and so it's all of us can do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So
I love your album covers though. The actual artwork.
Oh yeah,
some of them is just amazing.
Yeah, I agree. That's one great thing about LPs over CDs and cassettes to have these tiny little pictures. You know, you got these big. Let me see if I can get one that's nice artworks. You know, stuff like this. You got this big artwork. You know, it's
Yeah.
huge. You know, and you can definitely enjoy this. So yeah. It's definitely a draw there, and I think that's one reason why vinyl did the resurgence it did, So I think millennials and Gen Zs buy a whole lot of I'm not sure, you're probably Gen Z, but no, Gen Zs buy a whole lot of records as well. But
yeah, so I was born in '83, so
you're probably millennial.
I don't know what's going on, to be honest. But
Okay.
yeah,
I graduated high school in '83.
there you go.
There you go.
So I started collecting properly 2019, just before lockdown, I think. That time started noticing the channels like Vinylize that was showing like record players, and then Frank from 33 RPM. And then we became friends on Facebook, and he was like, you need to do a YouTube channel. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. And if you look at the first video ever done, it was shocking. It was terrible. It's like I'm in lockdown, my hair's grown out.
Okay.
And it's kind of, yeah.
Really? How to
Yeah.
go back and watch that? I haven't seen that.
It's
How we do it tonight?
yeah, so I've always got short hair on the sides, and I've always gone for the spiky kind of messy look because it's just easier to control in the mornings. I wake up, yep, okay, let's go. And we were like 3-4 months into lockdown. I hadn't cut my hair. And with because I've got a massive head anyway. So, because if you I've said this before, if you put a 12-inch album next to my head, it's the same size as my head. So you could just imagine. And my hair just grows out, doesn't grow down. It's out. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so I started collecting then, and that's when I started doing, like, you asked Simon and Frank and Rob. They always take the piss, going, "Oh, here comes Chris with his greatest hits again." But I started with greatest hits because I thought that's a good point to start with. But I've just carried on doing greatest hits.
Definitely.
Sure. But yeah, awesome picks tonight, mate. Again, as usual.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I was just going in there. I think, what am I going to do this week? I'm thinking, I think, and I had thought about doing this before, these various records. But I wasn't sure there's going to be enough of interest in them or not. But it's my, what the heck? Let's give it a shot. So yeah, but it seemed a lot of people liked them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's I always get like every now and again I'll go back to the video of your record room tour, just to like try and take it all in, because there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I try to do one once a year because I'm always changing things around. So I'm due one coming up soon. So another one.
It's cool, mate. It's like I love your channel anyway. I think you're amazing.
It. Yeah, yours too. So yeah, So did you pick up any records on your holiday, or did you stay away from record stores? Or
oh, mate, I've gone nuts. Liz is going absolutely berserk on me. She's like, really? again. So I'm going through a Canadian kick at the moment.
Okay.
So Rob from Northern Revolutions has recommended some albums that I've pre-ordered that's on its way.
Thanks, Adrian.
I picked up some greatest hits, believe it or not, this week. So
Oh,
ELO's.
ELO, nice.
So I just thought, like, I've got like the original album that my mum gave me that's got her name signed on the back of it. So I kind
Yeah,
of guessed,
yeah.
right, if I go with this one, it's pretty much got everything. I rediscovered ELO from Guardians of the Galaxy. So um Hold On Tight that I discovered on Apple Music
Oh
originally
yeah.
before. I absolutely love that song. But most people know Mr. Blue Sky, with him dancing while everybody's kicking off, but yes, it's a really good album actually.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I love ELO. So
Remember I said to you, I think it was in last week, because I've been away, and I obviously, me and Liz have kind of taken a vacation to get away. So I watched the Billy Joel documentary on HBO.
Mhm.
Um, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Not yet. No. It's on my list to get. So I
Okay.
don't have HBO. I have to find a way to get it.
Yeah, it's called an Amazon Fire Stick. But I've gone on a Billy Joel kind of kick at the moment.
Mhm.
I didn't realize how brilliant this guy is. And like, I watched Billy Joel this time last year in the Principality Stadium in Cardiff in front of 90,000 people. You know, so I thought, like, I've got Billy Joel's greatest hits, the volume 1 and 2. I think that's getting reissued end of this month as well. But I just felt I needed Piano Man.
Great album.
On Columbia. That always freaks me out, that face. Gotta be honest. I think it'd give anybody nightmares.
And now on my channel I have a Billy Joel interview, right?
No way.
Yes.
All right, send me the link. I gotta watch that.
Okay.
Actually, put a link into the description later on. I guarantee loads of people would watch that. Actually,
Let me see if I can't find it here. It's funny because I had to put it up twice.
Right.
Because these interviews have music, and sometimes they will let you leave in the music but monetize the music.
Yeah.
And so I left in the music, and for like 2 weeks there wasn't a problem. And they said that they'll monetize the video, that they'll monetize it. I can't monetize it, and they're leaving the music. So it's up for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it got taken down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. They didn't tell me. You just gone. YouTube just took it off. So I had to redo it where I took out all the music. It's longer that way because I have to use software to take the music out. But they can't do anything about the speaking interview, because
Okay.
that's not really copyrighted, or not copyrighted in a way that it's going to bother them. So let me get the link of it here. My computer's been running slow lately.
Sorry, Adrian, I didn't reply.
It's okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going?
I got lots of interviews. I have Ringo Starr and Pat Benatar, Journey, Toto. All those are on my channel.
You
Right?
should create. Have you got a playlist of them?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
They're out
Right.
there.
I'll have
I
to.
got
Sorry, mate. I'll have to check them out.
3 Styx ones. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. It probably needs a reboot, but I can't reboot it right now because I'll lose you.
I know if you're on StreamYard, there's an update at the moment for that one.
That's all right. It is going too slow. So yeah, you go to my main page and check my playlist. You'll see music interviews or something like that.
Okay.
So it's just having issues right now. So anyways, yeah, but and I have lots more. I mean, there's a lot more interviews I want to put up. I have Queen, and I have the Rolling Stones, and I have Bob Seger, and all these great interviews. that I want to put up. So I need to make time.
I'll have to get over my mate Jeff. I think I told him about his book. I'll have to send me privately is your address, and I'll have Jeff to sign it and send it to you. It's the
Awesome.
when he was at Rockfield
hmm
recording studio in Wills, where he's
Okay.
interviewing Motorhead,
Awesome.
Oasis, Queen, and there's a few others. It's a good book. If you want to sit
Cool.
down and
Yeah,
read
definitely.
a good, because it takes you behind the scenes of how recording happens with these mega stars.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know Lemmy said to Jeff, if you're going to ask me a question, you have to take a shot of Jack Daniels with me. And I remember Jeff saying to me, he was like 20 minutes into the interview, he said, I was absolutely blasted. I'm seeing 3 pieces of paper and there's one. I'm heading for the middle.
That'd be awesome. Definitely, I'll send it to you. And I'm getting I'm working on gathering up some records to send you. So we'll talk about that offline. So
Yeah, absolutely.
or not here, that is. So yeah. So
Yeah, and I've got to send you some stereophonics as well.
Yep, that'd be awesome. So
Are
yeah,
you
but
working Sunday?
yeah, I'm working Sunday.
Shit. Right. Okay.
Every Sunday. It's hard. I mean, I can get a day off, but I try not to, because you know what? If your boss learns how much that you're not needed,
Okay. Yeah.
it's not a good thing. Oh, he's not here on Sunday. Look how well we did. Maybe we don't need him at all.
Yeah. I'll keep asking.
That's okay, no problem. So for these interview discs I have, a lot of times they'll have halfway through the guy, whatever the guy's name is who's interviewing them, will ask them a question, and then the artist will be answering, and then they'll play music in the background while he's answering.
Okay.
So there's software that you can download to wipe that music from the background of the speech, but
Yeah.
it takes time to do that. It really does. So once it's all recorded and stripping that out and piecing it all together, it could take a day.
I tell you what I found on eBay the other day, and I'm quite tempted to buy it. Is an audience with Don Rickles.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Yeah, I love Don Rickles.
Is he still alive
No,
right now? No, he
no.
passed away. I thought so. Yeah.
Passed away back in 2018, I want to say.
Okay. Right.
But like, he probably wouldn't get away with it now. But some of the stuff he used to say.
Oh, I know.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
The ones with Al Pacino, like he's at the Oscars going, great actor, got the beard. Ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, all those great comedians, they're great.
Yeah.
So I have a 45 of Milton Berle singing "Yellow Submarine."
Oh wow.
So
see, this is where you're way ahead of me.
Well, when I got out of the military, I mainly started collecting 45s.
Okay.
And I had LPs, but I really started getting into 45s really big, and I had a lot of 45s when I was in high school as well. But those I sold as well. So I started collecting 45s, and I had maybe about 20 years ago, I had about 60 LPs and maybe 5,000 45s. So since then to now I'm at 10,000 45s, but now my LPs have gone way up. So
I know we keep saying this every week, and I keep saying this, but for people getting into vinyl now,
it's different too, because I got a lot of this stuff in the 80s and 90s. It was a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I have a Kiss record, Kiss Smashes, Trashes, and Hits. I got that for $5 at a used record store in 1992. $5. Nowadays, that's a $50 record.
I think the last £5 record I bought was the best of Gene Autry.
I think I have that. It's in here.
Back in the Saddle Again, I believe it was called.
Yep. So yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was just crazy especially in the 90s because everybody was wanting to buy CDs. So
See, I was at that era where vinyl was just going out and CDs were massive. And at the time, if you think about it, mate, right? So say for instance, so look, Bon Jovi's album these days at that time was going for about $12.99. So
okay.
if you put that into our time now, that's over 20 quid, $20. So they
Yeah.
obviously come down in price, but the vinyl itself. This is why I went with greatest hits to start with, see, because I thought, well,
Well, it makes sense.
but I keep buying greatest hits, and I'm gonna stop it. I've been told. Even Liz is like, "Have we got enough greatest hits now?" I was like,
It's a subgenre. If you like greatest hits, buy greatest hits.
yeah. Well,
There's no wrong way to buy vinyl except not to
Well-
buy it.
well, yes, yeah. So, yeah, cool. It's another good show tonight, mate. Got to be honest.
right.
Really enjoyed it again.
I appreciate it there, Chris, for coming up. And now I was thinking about maybe having you on next Thursday if you want to come on.
Yeah, I'm off. I got annual leave booked for the next 2 weeks, so
All right.
I'm free.
Yeah. So maybe we can come up with maybe greatest hits, but come up with a theme. Come up with a theme, and
Yeah.
and we'll talk about it. But I'll try to have you on next week.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I've told you before. Anytime you want me, I'm here.
Awesome.
No worries at all. Awesome show as usual, and I'm always promoting your channel on my live streams. I'm like, go and subscribe to him, for God's sake. What are you doing with your life? Like, because the amount of different categories and genres you've got in your room, and like I think I said 2 weeks ago, I was like, just stop listening to me and just subscribe to the channel. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I love a lot of music. So, but yeah, appreciate that. So we'll talk about that. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching. Record Hound, Adrian, who else was Scully and Tarbird and everybody else who's watched. I really appreciate you guys. And I wouldn't be here without y'all. But we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully I'll have Chris on. And that's it. You all have a good night, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye. And we're done. All right, cool.